Ethan Hawke and Richard Linklater, welcome to Movies and Musicals. And firstly, thank you for filming Blue Moon in Ireland. We've so many Irish actors here. We have, of course, Andrew Scott as Rodgers and Simon Delaney, and there is Oscar Hammerstein. I don't know, Ethan, have you got an Irish granny we don't know about or anything?
I'm sure I do. It's all, the whole, from both sides of my family come England and Ireland, and, it's a big mix inside here somewhere.
Yeah.
I've always loved Ireland. I've always wanted to work at the Abbey or the Gate. That's been a dream of mine.
Okay, well, the word is out now. I'm sure they'll be coming calling, no doubt about it. Richard, how was it to film? I know you were filming in Ardmore Studios, setting up Sardi's there, and then the Olympia Theatre. How was it?
Just wonderful, wonderful. Great crew, great people, such a great talent pool to pull from. Everybody's so nice. I don't know.
And you pulled it together very quickly, didn't you? I mean, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, we had to build Sardi's somewhere. And it just worked out wonderfully. We had such great partners in Ireland.
The studio we were shooting in was where Andrew had done his first acting as a kid or something, some commercial he shot. And it was he was walking around going, I was here when I was a little boy.
Yeah, it's so fun to see it through his eyes.
A
guy, a local, and the rest of the cast, so many people. So
what an interesting screenplay you have here from Robert Kaplow. I understand you both saw it years ago, right? It's been kind of, you wanted to make this for years?
12 or so years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been kind of, the first thing we read was just this really long monologue kind of story.
It was almost like a poem told in dialogue about the opening night of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
It was a magical piece of writing.
Yeah, and everything that was cool about that is the movie. It just kind of took more of a screenplay format eventually. But Robert, he was just such a great collaborator. His love of Larry and this, period and everything about it. So we just loved it. We loved.
He's also a professor and a scholar, and he's a really fun person to be around about the period and about who else would have been there and what was going on in the world. And so he was an unbelievable resource.
Mm-hmm. I love his take on it, though. How interesting just to take a night. It could be a regular biopic, and it's not.
Yeah.
It's just this one night where the audience get a little glimpse into what Lorenz Hart and what that whole lifestyle was like. It's quite monologue for you, though, isn't it, Ethan? I mean, it's a serious role.
Well, Robert's take is that, Larry, first of all, he's so nervous about how important the evening is. He can't stop talking. Second of all, he doesn't think anybody takes him seriously, so he has to be the smartest, funniest person, most cutting person in the room. And so he was a fascinating character to play because he was so full of opposites. That part of it was really exciting. Yeah. The dialogue, that's what we do as performers, but it's not that it's easy.
No. I found it interesting, though, because in many ways he's a predictable character because he's going to take another drink. And yet the barman is constantly leaning in. He could be bored with him and he's not because he's what's he going to do next? And I think that brings the audience in as well because you're not sure what he's going to say next.
He's smart, and part of what I responded to when I first read this, and Rick knew this about me, is that a lot of my mentors in the theater, I was always telling Rick stories about, this is what happened when we were doing this play, and this is what happened when what this person said. And I know these men, and I really have a lot of love for them. And one of the things about somebody who's brilliant like Larry Hart is you really have no idea what they're going to say next. Yeah. Their mind really does work differently. And I imagine that Cannavale's character is always kind of curious, what's Larry going to talk about today? It's not going to be the same as what he said yesterday.
Yeah, we thought the whole movie could feel like that one night. It's good if it's only maybe one night that you ended up sitting next to someone in a bar who was kind of exasperating but fascinating. Sure. You actually, for the rest of your life, you think of that night, the energy coming off that person. What a unique human being. So I thought the film had a chance to kind of feel like that.
I'd love to get some tips from you, Richard, in terms of keeping the audience in when you just have this one location, because you do. You keep us there. Most of it is just in on Ethan on that bar a lot of the time. How do you keep us with you?
I know the thing is, movies are supposed to have this epic scope, and movies can do that, but think of your own life. You go out for an evening, you go to a bar, and then you okay, I guess we're here all night. It's not so bad. It's there's great people, and you walk around, there's the coat check room, there's that. So it's not that outside of our experience, just how to make it compelling. All the pressure's on the actors and the script and everything to just be constantly interesting. But I never for a moment thought it was going to be sedentary or boring. That was never But I mean, it's a challenge spatially.
Sure.
Let's
talk a little bit Richard Rodgers and Andrew Scott playing this role, because he mentioned, I think, in an interview recently, there's this creativity and vulnerability, which I thought was an interesting way to describe, because he's very grateful, isn't he, to Lorenz Hart for that partnership, but he knows he's to move on, and Lorenz Hart is such a difficult character, really, to work with.
Well, there's a huge swath of human beings on the planet that, sign up for Al-Anon meetings.
Yeah.
Taking care of yourself when somebody you love is destroying themselves is very difficult. And one of the things that I think is brilliant about Andrew's performance is you never doubt that he cares deeply for this person, but he is very angry at this person. In a lot of ways, Rodgers is the one who gets the blame for breaking them up when it's Hart's behavior that forced him to do it. And it's a very complicated relationship. And I think Rick's often said this, is that we see a lot of romantic breakup movies, but to see a breakup film that's about an artistic breakup, which is really a complex pool to swim in, because you're dealing with real issues of psychology and what brought these people together and what's forcing them apart.
Yeah, I'm thinking you two have such a creative relationship together over 30 years now. I think Before Sunrise was 30 years ago now, which is incredible. This is your 9th film. As a matter of interest, has it always been plain sailing? Have you had creative differences?
Until Ethan falls off the wagon, I think we're doing pretty good.
We're lucky. Unlike them, we get even on this movie, we're working with other people.
Yeah.
Right. Margaret's a big part of the movie. Yeah. Bobby's a big part of the movie. Andrew's a big. Rodgers and Hart. Lennon McCartney.
They're in a room writing together.
And it's so intense. And they wrote 1,000 songs, just the two of them. They weren't working with other people.
Yeah.
And so that is a marriage.
Yeah.
And that is a level of intimacy that we have felt, when we're doing things there's things that we've done together that are really important to me. They're just a part of me, but that's not everything I've done.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I think Larry's whole self-image and sense of self is tied up in the collaboration with Rodgers, so losing him is like being ripped in half.
Yeah. You mentioned Margaret Qualley there. She's superb as Elizabeth. I was interested here in terms of just the fact and fiction with this story. So my understanding is that Elizabeth did correspond with Lorenz Hart, but this is making it that he's absolutely obsessed with her and in love with her. Tell me more about this character in the screenplay.
Such a fascinating... Robert came into possession of these letters from Elizabeth to Larry, just at an estate, archive kind of sale. It's like, wow, what is going on here? She's talking about her life. She's hinting at that they were together on something. But everybody knows Hart is gay, and yet he was proposing marriage to Vivian Siegel. He was like, okay, what's going on with him? And, why is he... Robert imagined that he's obsessing on this young woman on this particular night.
And I found that to be really human. And it's like the pain of losing Rodgers is so great, it's unmanageable. It's something you can't even look at. So he's kind of distracting himself with this heartbreak that is lesser, that he can control a little bit.
Nothing's ever going to happen. He knows that.
He knows it.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
He knows
Everybody knows that. And yet...
But it's something for him to
Yet
obsess
he can
about. Yeah, exactly. We know, Richard, you're filming Merrily We Roll Along over 20 years. I loved that you put a young Stephen Sondheim in this. It's like you gave us something to keep us going until we get to see Merrily. Do you think he would have got a laugh out of it if he was still with us?
Absolutely. I was saving... I look forward to the day when I could tell him, oh, hey, Steve, I'm doing this movie and there's a 12-year-old you in it. I just think he would have thought that was hilarious because he did love Oscar.
He loved Oscar so much.
Yeah, when you ask anyone, I always say, okay, Richard Rodgers, Hart or Hammerstein, everyone says Hart. The songs are just more
except for one person.
Except for one person in the world, Stephen Sondheim. Practically because he was his dad. So, but yeah, he had a love. I love them both. I love Oscar too.
Yeah.
But Sondheim, he's smiling too. So.
And you've also, of course, cast another Irish guy, Paul Mescal, in Merrily.
Yeah.
I should let you know that he was on this show last year, and I asked him about Merrily, and he said, Richard Linklater has warned me I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Oh.
And he was very good. He didn't tell me a thing, just so you know.
Oh.
But we're so looking forward to it. Everyone says about you, Richard, that you rehearse a lot. Is that unusual?
Try to. It's not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how other people make movies, but for me, I have to figure it out. I got to put in all that time.
Okay.
And
is that something you like, Ethan? That
I
you
love
rehearse?
it. I love it. What the rehearsal process is an invitation for the actors to contribute. It's Almodovar loves to do it. Sidney Lumet loved to do it. A lot of directors that really value their collaboration with actors really enjoy it. And some directors value their collaboration with other departments more. Some people are really production design oriented. Some people are cinematography oriented. And the best directors work with all those departments.
Okay.
And when all those departments can flourish, then you have a great film. That's what I think. And taking the time to invite your collaborators in lets them contribute and brings out the best in other people.
Yeah. I'm wondering, having made this movie, if you were in 1943, you've just seen Oklahoma and you're going to Sardi's, and let's say you see Larry Hart sitting over there, Rodgers and Hammerstein are over there, who would you be drawn to talk to first? Who would you go to, having made this movie? Be truthful now.
oh, wow.
On the opening night,
It'd be easier to
Yeah.
talk to Larry because there's less people around.
True.
You could just, hey, there's Larry Hart sitting alone.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to him. But
I was going to say, in the opening night of Oklahoma, I bet you everybody wanted to talk to Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Of course.
Yeah, it was
Of
such a
course.
moment. I'm sure you're aware at the moment there's a little bit of a crisis as such on Broadway in terms of musicals. They're not making back their money. It's pretty serious when you look at 1943 Oklahoma to now. Do you have concerns about Broadway at the moment?
Yeah, I'd look at Larry's life, and on one hand, because of his sexuality, he was born at the wrong time. His sexuality was illegal. It's horrible. But he was born at the right time to be a great lyricist. They did so many shows. He got paid to write 1,000 songs with this guy over 20.
Yeah.
They had multiple shows up at the same time. So Broadway today, it's so expensive to put up a show. There's so much goes into it. The stakes are so high. The modern world has kind of priced itself out, film and theater. It's a real it is a crisis. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah. The other thing you capture beautifully in Blue Moon is, I always forget about this, that the reviews come in immediately that night. And I loved that atmosphere of the excitement of it. But do you think it's again an issue, Ethan, that those critics can close a show possibly?
Theater
It's in the theater. It's a big. It's life.
That's
and death.
real. That is very real.
It's always been real, because the theater rests on it. With movies, they can spend a big budget on advertising, and also
movies are review proof at a certain level. Studios, they don't
even care. But with theater, it's pitched at such a level. It does feel life and death at those opening night parties.
Yeah, it really does. Another character we have to mention in Blue Moon is the piano player. Richard just brings music in so beautifully and so sort of organically into this film. And we get to hear all the songs. Was that a kind of an easy way for you to bring them in?
I love these songs so much. So I just take that moment in 43, and every song before that is now eligible to be in this movie. We can go back to 1911 and play. Yeah, so it was just this smorgasbord of music to pick from.
And is it true that Larry Hart didn't like the song Blue Moon? Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
He really didn't?
He just thought it was like a lot of people, the thing they're known for is kind of like,
Yeah.
Like he's like, the dumbest lyric I ever wrote. I mean, it's kind of fun in our movie to see him kind of reconcile. Well, it's not totally bad.
Yeah.
We sort of added that. But
McCartney's touring the world right now, and I don't think he's playing "I Want to Hold Your Hand" very much. He's done better.
Billy Joel has his Piano Man. Everybody has that one, Born to Run. Well, that's still a pretty great song.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of funny that the one he's most known for was like average.
So I have to ask you as a final question, your favourite Rodgers and Hart song?
Ooh, so many. I have to go with "I Didn't Know What Time It Was."
Nice.
Yeah, and I'll go with "Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered."
Good choices.
Spring is
good
here.
choices.
It never entered my mind.
Oh, it never entered my
So
mind.
many.
It's so good.
So it depends on the day, but
Yeah.
maybe it never entered my. I'm having a "it never entered my mind" day.
Listen, it's been a pleasure to have you on Movies and Musicals, Richard Linklater, Ethan Hawke, and please come and see us in Ireland again soon.
Oh, yeah.
You're more
We'll
than
be there
welcome
for
anytime.
sure.
Okay, thank you so much.